guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jessica Duffy here with Jessica Duffy Beauty. And today, I know I look a little bit crazy. I have on my base makeup and my eyebrows, but don't leave this video. Just give me a second. Today, we are gonna go in and do an eye look with the new Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. It really just captivated me when I saw it in the drugstore today. I went in to go pick up a new Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. As you know, it's one of my favorites. And I saw this for, I think it was $13 or $14.99. And you get, let's see here, you get 12 pans. You get multiple different shimmers, mattes, just beautiful, like, it reminds me of like pink lemonade, raspberry lemonade, and it just reminded me so much of a perfect spring and summer look. So what we're gonna do today is go ahead and dive into that, have a little bit of fun, and yeah, just hang out. So if you're interested, keep on watching. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is go in with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It's just a cream shadow pot. There are several different shades. I know there's one called Soft Ochre and a few different other ones. They're different colors, but they're pretty much like based on very close to certain skin tones. Soft Ochre is a more deeper yellow skin tone. This is a very like fair-ish. It actually matches my skin tone perfectly. So I'm just gonna take the tip of my damp beauty sponge and go right in and just press and drag onto my eyelid. This is a perfect base to allow our eyeshadows to be beautifully blended and pigmented. I'm gonna go back in to the other eye. Now, I do not set this product. I would suggest though, if you're ever gonna go in with your foundation or concealer and use that as your eyeshadow base, definitely set that with some translucent setting powder or a pressed setting powder, one with the same color as your skin tone or, you know, translucent, because you don't want it to drag, you don't want it to crease, you don't want, you know, your eyeshadow to not have a beautifully flawless base. Now, this particular product, the MAC Paint Pots, they dry to a very powdery-like finish, but they also allow for a perfect blend for any eyeshadow that I have used over top of it. So yeah, this is just one of my favorites. I was definitely, I saw it and was intrigued. I saw Jeffree Star, Tati Westbrook, Jaclyn Hill doesn't use, that I have seen. I don't believe I've ever seen her use the paint pot. She usually just uses her Tarte Shape Tape as her eyeshadow base, but I have seen even Laura Lee, she uses the Soft Ochre, but Jeffree Star and Tati Westbrook both use the Painterly shade, so it's definitely a good product for $22. Now we're just gonna dive in and have a bunch of fun. So I will show you guys just the palette opened up, if you can see that. I'm sorry if the lighting has changed and gotten weird. It is getting dark in here. But if you can see here, we've got a list of shades. There is Sherbet, Berry Ice, Sunny's, Main Squeeze, Strawberry Lemonade, Lemonade Craze, Citrus, Ice Pop, Coral Punch, Old Fashioned, Sugar Coated, and Sweet Tea. They are just absolutely beautiful colors. I think I've seen Laura Lee do a video on this eyeshadow palette, as well as Manny MUA. Now on the back here, it also lists the colors as well as 3 suggested looks that you could do with this, which I think is amazing. But I think that we're gonna just have fun today and really dive in and just kind of go with it, wing it. So I'm gonna go on with a JH32 Morphe brush, and I think the very first shade that I want to dip into is Lemonade Craze, this beautiful bright yellow. And I'm just taking that, dipping right into the top of this tapered fluffy brush, tapping the excess off. Now I will show you guys, it is a little bit powdery, but it's not subculture powdery, if you know what I mean. If you understand that joke, comment down below. Anyway, I'm gonna go right in to my transition area. Go back in, and I am looking into my phone so that way you guys can see what I'm doing. This is a beautiful, just bright, just reminds me so much of lemonade. It makes me thirsty. It makes me want a pink lemonade. Okay. And go into the other eye. And I'm going just directly above my crease because I have hooded eyes and I have very little lid space. I almost create like a false crease directly above where my actual crease is. The crease would be right below the brow bone, in between your eyelid and brow bone. Yeah, I like to create a false kind of shadow that makes my crease look, you know, a little bit, or not my crease, my lid look a little bit bigger than it is because I have tons of space above my crease. I just don't have very much below it. So what I'm going to do is take a JH30 Morphe brush into that same Lemonade Craze shade, and we're really just going to like buff and blend and kind of spread that beautiful yellow shade all over so that we have a little bit more of a blend, and it honestly is blending beautifully. You may not be able to see very much of it in this lighting, but it blended out beautifully. Now I'm going to go in on that same brush, and I think I want to go into, let's do Ice Pop. Let's really mix it up. Ice Pop is this beautiful kind of raspberry color, and we're going to go back in on a JH32, and this one actually doesn't have like any fallout. The Lemonade Craze shade had a little bit of fallout, but Ice Pop is pressed well. I'm not seeing any. So I'm going to go in a little bit lower. And I want to focus that. I am going to end up taking this same shade on a smaller crease brush so we can really focus that on the outer V. Back into the same shade. This is a beautiful color. Honestly, these are all beautiful colors. The drugstore is really stepping up their game and giving the luxury brands a run for their money. I will say that. I've been doing so many just reviews and research on products, and honestly, my idea of what good makeup was really skewed by what people want you to buy for the longest time. My perception of makeup and what was worth your money, what was true good makeup, my perception of that was so skewed for so long. And then, you know, one day I just got this urge to just play in makeup, and makeup just for the last 6 months has really become it's my vice, and I love it. I have so much fun, but I don't want people to feel like they have to go and splurge on luxury, expensive products. There are certain things that it's better to, you know, shell out the dollars and really invest your money in, because sometimes you do get what you pay for. But this, for $14.99, absolutely so far worth every penny, and it's not necessary to go out and spend, you know, $65 on a 6-pan Pat McGrath, you know, eyeshadow palette. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, and I would accept it absolutely if I could have the money to go out and buy it, or if somebody handed it to me. But at the same time, it's not realistic for everybody to be able to go out and spend that much money. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is just blending beautiful. It looks just like a raspberry lemonade drink. It's making me thirsty, to be honest. I never in a million years expected a drugstore palette to look this beautiful. And by the way, let me just throw this out there. I know I'm a new YouTuber. I know that I may be a nobody, but I did pay for this myself. I'm not sponsored. I'm not being paid to say that I love this product. I'm just honestly like blown away by the quality. And I keep saying, everybody do videos where they're, you know, solely doing an entire face of makeup just with one brand, and they're talking about, you know, mainly drugstore. Laura Lee, Tati Westbrook, Manny and Miwei, they do a lot of drugstore looks, and man, does it blow me away. the quality. I'll just say that. I'm sorry if I'm talking your ear off about how good this palette is. I know. Anyway, I'm going to go back in to this shade Lemonade Craze with a JH30 large Beast Mode blender, just because I want to go back into that yellow and really buff and blend these two colors together and just get a seamless raspberry lemonade color. And then I think what I'm going to do is go in on a JH33, just a smaller, fluffy, tapered brush, more for the crease. I'm going to go into the shade Old Fashioned to really deep it up. It's the darkest matte shade in the palette, and I'm just going to go on the tip. Ooh, that one's a little bit more powdery. Doesn't mean it's not going to be good. It's just you got to watch out for fallout. Actually, that reminds me. You can always lay down, you can lay down some translucent setting powder under your eyes to really catch any fallout. But with really bright, vibrant pigmented shades such as these, you're going to want to be very careful, especially if there's a lot of fallout in the pan. You could end up getting some under your eyes. And if that's the case, definitely go in with some translucent setting powder, because when you wipe it away, if you don't have anything there to catch it, you could end up smearing all that fallout. So just a tip. I'm going to take this and just really focus that in the outer V. Oh, wow. That is very pigmented. Outer V. I'm sorry if you guys can't see that. I'm just trying to be able to see where I'm laying this down. That is so beautiful though, you guys. Oh, wow, look at that. 2 swipes. Stunning, stunning. I'm gonna go back in with the Beast Mode blender with just whatever was on the brush and just kind of buff and blend to avoid any harsh lines. That's beautiful though. I'm gonna take the JH33, go back into Old Fashioned, the darkest matte shade, and we're gonna go onto the other eye. I think it's cute too that all of the names have, like, they're named after a type of drink. And so far, the only name in the palette that's like an alcoholic beverage is Old Fashioned, and I think that's adorable. Like, everything is all cutesy and, you know, lemonade, main squeeze, and then there's Old Fashioned. I think that's funny. And I am just taking that in the crease, and then I'm kind of like winging it out a little bit. And again, you do want to take it on a smaller, tapered, fluffy brush as opposed to the one that I used in the crease, because you want to be able to really concentrate that and focus it in the outer corner. It's going to give you a different kind of appearance. I'm going to go back with the JH30 Beast Mode blender. I keep calling it a Beast Mode blender because that is what Jaclyn Hill named it. If you look on the Morphe website or on Ulta website, that is the name of this brush. Anyway, I'm just kind of buffing and blending, making sure there's no harsh lines. You can see here, we've got a really beautiful kind of like raspberry, almost like an alcoholic beverage with a hint of raspberry lemonade, if that makes sense. We are having a little bit of fallout. Old Fashioned and Lemonade Craze so far are both a little bit powdery. So to make it interesting, I think what I want to do is take a JH41. It's just a small packing flat brush, and just very like on the tip, I'm going to take Ice Pop, that bright raspberry, as well as Lemonade Squeeze. Just go back and forth between the two, and I'm going to drag that on my lower lash line. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Now, I'm going to take a different brush. I'm going to take JH33, what I did for the crease, and I'm going to go back into Ice Pop and Lemonade Craze, and we're going to really get under that lower lash line so we can blend it together and have everything just be very seamless. Make sure you kind of buff and blend, and not buff and blend, just make sure that you continuously drag that all the way up to your wing so everything is very continuous and fluid. Now, I do not typically do winged liner, but we can go in with Old Fashioned on a flat definer brush and press that dark shadow onto our lash line so that we have a liner-like appearance. You can do that with any shade that you like, actually. Just a little tip that I learned from Jaclyn Hill and a few other artists. You know, if you've not mastered your liner skills, you can take a flat definer brush such as this one and dip in, you know, to any dark shade that you may like as a liner color and just press and maybe even wiggle and drag a little bit, and you can kind of create a lined look. So, sorry, I'm trying so hard to not make ugly faces, you guys. I made the ugliest faces in my last few videos, and I just, I hate it. Anyway, you know what's funny though? Not funny, but it's amazing how just, you know, I started uploading my first few videos less than 2 weeks ago, and growing and learning and watching yourself and just watching the mistakes you make and learning how to grow from them, and not just in making videos, but that can apply to anybody in any scenario. It's just a kind of a small example, and it kind of like just opened your eyes a little bit. I don't know why I just decided to get all sappy, but I'm just going back and forth between Ice Pop and Lemonade Craze and really sweeping that on the lower lash line. But we've got a beautiful kind of color built up here, so I'm good with my framework. I'm happy with it. So what I would like to do is go on to, I'm going to take a JH42, which is almost just a small brow bone highlighting brush, but I'm going to go into Main Squeeze, which is a beautiful champagne color, and then another beautiful color here is Citrus. You know what, let's go into Citrus. It's more of a pinky champagne gold color. I'm going to dip into that, and then let me show you a really fun trick. Take my Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray, give it a little spritz. Then we're gonna go right into that inner corner. All right, guys, right into that inner corner. You ready? Do it right on camera for you. Might be a little bit underwhelming since I hyped it up so much, but the lighting's not very good in here. However, we can kick it up a notch with my Stila Magnificent Metals. I am still spraying. I'm gonna go in again. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo! Honestly, it's a little bit underwhelming for what you can see in person. It is so beautiful. Let me bring in the camera a little bit so you guys can see. You see that? It's like a coppery, lemonade, juicy color. Horrible description, but it's beautiful. All right, guys. I'm going to continue to go back into there. I don't think I'm going to add the Stila Magnificent Metals. My goodness. I don't want to add it. I don't want it to detract away from what we have going on here. I was honestly getting a little bit nervous when I first applied it. I thought it was going to be like not nearly as beautiful it is as it is in the pan, but I'm glad that I kind of waited to see and continued to work with it. I also took the same damp brush and I went directly in the center, kind of like wiggled back and forth, and just added a little bit of shimmer right in the center of my lid, directly above where my pupil would be, just for like an extra like heightened little pop. All right, I'm gonna go back into the same shade called Citrus. We're gonna spritz that brush again, go in to my other inner corner. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. You guys, don't sleep on this palette. $14. It is so worth it. Oh my gosh. I'm over here like discovering a new beautiful palette that I could never even believe would be $14. You know, I love Jaclyn Hill, don't get me wrong, but her palette, you do get a ton of products. You get a ton of pans. but it is $38. And then the other Laura Lee palette, you get literally not even half the amount of pans, and it was $45. Beautiful products, but don't feel like you have to go buy them in order to get a beautiful look. I'm just saying, I just proved it right here. This palette is absolutely stunning. I'm going back in to my other lid, the very center of it, with my already dampened brush. And I'm just patting and packing and wiggling just to really create that center of the eye kind of pop. One more time just to really get in there and just make it. And I think to even, you know what I love about this color though, you guys, is that it almost can double as like a smoky, beautiful, coppery kind of eye. And I'm so freaking loving it. Loving it. Here, let's get into my light so you guys can see. It's like a coppery inner corner, and we still have our beautiful luminous skin going on from my last video. All right, to really make it pop, another trick here, I'm going to take just my finger, the hands God gave me, middle finger, I'm going to just dip right into main squeeze, and I'm going to literally press that right in the center. Just press, just to give it, just kick it up one more notch. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is so freaking gorgeous. I'm going to take you down here in a second so you can see it, but so gorgeous. All right. See, oh, it's not even doing it justice. It's just, you see that? So much better. Oh yeah. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is add a little highlight to my brow bone. I'm just gonna go into Sunny's. It's just a matte white shade. I really want to let the focus be on my lids. Hit that brow bone. And then we're going to be done with this eye look, you guys. Oh my God, I am so pleased. I am so pleased. All right, I'm going to be right back. Okay, guys, so to finish off this eye look, I think before I go in with mascara, I'm going to mist my face down with the Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. Don't inhale it like I just did. Anyway, I did explain in a few of my videos, not the last one, but the one before that, always mist your face down with whatever your setting spray is before you do mascara and liner. Not before liner, before mascara though. I'm telling you, it'll save your makeup for the day, I promise. Before I do mascara, I am going to go in with just this Ulta Beauty Cream Eyeshadow and Liner in the shade Naked Truth. It's a nude color. And this is just to make my eyes kind of look more alive and awake. Just a little trick, instead of touching your face and dragging your makeup, take your beauty sponge. What I'm doing right now just makes your eyes appear more open and awake with a nude or white shade. Making an ugly face, you guys. Stop me. Okay. We're done with that. Now, very last step, we're going to go in with my Revlon eyelash curler, $5 or $6 at Ulta, and my roller lash from Benefit. I do love this mascara. It is a little bit expensive, but honestly, the best mascara there is at the drugstore. It's a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex. It honestly might even be better. The only reason why I haven't purchased it yet is because I've got several tubes to go through, and you don't want to keep like opening stuff up that can expire really quickly. Once you open a tube of mascara, use it, and then at that 3-month mark, really just throw it away. Throw it away, seriously, and never ever share. Don't share liners, don't share mascaras. So I'm gonna go in and curl my lashes. It's really good to do this after you spray your face down, by the way, because once your lashes are wet, they're really like pliable, you know what I mean? So they're more, and this is just my opinion, I don't know if it's true, but I feel like they're more willing to kind of keep their curl longer. So anyway, we're just gonna go in and just do a couple little squeezes. 1, 2, 3, just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Don't like sit there with it squeeze. Just do several pumps, if that even makes sense. Guys, I am so happy with this makeup look. Honestly, I'm definitely a girl who is afraid to play with color, but with spring and summer, it's kind of like, you know, have fun with it. Makeup is supposed to be fun. It's not permanent, you guys. You know, we can play with makeup all we want. That's the beauty of it all. I really wish that you could see how beautiful this is in real life. I'll take you over right in front of my mirror so you can see it as soon as I'm done, okay? All right, to speed this up, I'm gonna just do the rest of my mascara off camera and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so I have my mascara on for the very last step. Has nothing to do with the eye look, but I'm just gonna go in with my favorite gloss right now, which is the Dior Lip Maximizer in just the shade 001. It's just the very pinkest, lightest shade. It's infused with hyaluronic acid, which is amazing for hydration for your lips, and it also has a plumping element to it. It doesn't burn, it's not overwhelming at all. In fact, it's just very almost cooling, very subtle, very mentholated if you want to kind of go that route. But guys, I am so pleased with my eye look. I never expected it to turn out this good, especially with it being from the drugstore. No shade to the drugstore. It's just that you never know what you're gonna get. There's so many products out there. There's so many brands. So many people want you to think that, you know, their product is the best, and all of a sudden people start coming out with more and more products, and they're instead thinking about quantity and not quality. So it's just something to consider. But honestly, the products that I have, the products that I love, I will never shy away from. I will try new ones, but I will never, ever give up on my tried and trues. So honestly, this is it, you guys. Actually, the last thing I wanted to do was take you over in a different light so that you could really just get the full... Love it, you guys. Oh my gosh. I feel so pretty. Yeah, so that was it, you guys. I love you so much. Please subscribe, thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and just stay tuned for future videos. I love you guys so much. If I can not stumble over my words and get them out. Anyway, just stick around and stay tuned for future videos. I love you guys so much.